Did you know that you can use a mortgage broker when purchasing a home? Well, welcome to my podcast, Seeking Wisdom Through Real Estate, where we dig deeper into truly understanding and gaining knowledge from experienced and educated people. I'm your host, Leah Massey. I'm a real estate agent, and I'm trying to educate myself more, and I'm trying to bring you along on the ride. Every week, we will be bringing you information to help you unlock the understanding in real estate. So join me today with my guests, Kurt and Michelle Ziegler. So, Kurt,
Yes.
now you have 30 years of mortgage experience.
Yes.
How has that been?
Great. I got a bald head from it. No,
Okay.
no, it's been great. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I started out in the finance field. Matter of fact, I used to collect bad payments for a bank.
Okay.
So I got to see that side of it, with knowing credit and how important it is to have credit, because of course you get better rates when you have good credit. But I was on that side, and then I went into, I was a foreclosure specialist. So I was trying to loss mitigate the bank, trying to get it to a foreclosure sale, and then talking to the lady with her kids crying in the background, knowing they're going to lose her house. And that I wanted to be on the other side. So I worked for a broker for 1 year, actually 10 months, and then I went on my own.
Yeah.
So I opened up Custom Mortgage. I had that for 14 years. Then the mortgage crash happened in '08. So I took on a net branch for 3 years. Then I worked for Golden Oak Lending, a company, you probably heard of them, for 5 years.
Okay.
And then my wife she's an accountant by trade. She got laid off, and she says to me, let's open up a mortgage company. And I'm like,
Yeah.
great, because I love being on my own, you know what I mean? Because I like to take charge. And so we did. We opened up Three Rivers July of 16 or 17. 17, and here we are,
Yeah.
8 years later.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have somebody mentor you along the way in this
I
process?
learned it pretty quick on my own. I had a manager with FSC Corporation. That's the broker I worked for 10 months. And I picked it up pretty quickly. And I'm like, I can do this. I don't need anyone. I can do it on my own. And I did. And I opened up my own company, Custom Mortgage, for 14 years.
Well, how was that process? Like, how did Three Rivers Lending kind of start? Like, how did that process go? Was there some fear? I mean, how did all
I
that
didn't
go?
have any fear. I mean, I worked for FSC, or I'm sorry, Golden Oak Lending for 5 years, and I always wanted to be on my own again. But I always said, and people were telling me that you couldn't do it now, because of all the new rules, Dodd-Frank, and that came about. But I looked into it. My wife brought it up to me, and I said, let's do it. And we did. I did it before, so it wasn't a hard transaction.
Well, for me,
Or
I
that
was a
it's-
new mortgage broker. I
Yeah.
just became a mortgage broker. So I was a real estate agent, and then I became a mortgage broker. And I didn't, when you're a real estate agent, you don't know anything about mortgages. Well, I did, they didn't
Yeah,
teach
yeah.
me anything about mortgages, so I didn't know. But luckily for me, Kurt is the best mentor ever because the knowledge he has in his head. After 8 years of being a mortgage broker, I don't even have half of the knowledge he has in his head because from the
And you learn something new
from
every
the
day.
experience, and you learn so much. So I mean, me having 8 years experience, I'm a great mortgage broker. I'm not Kurt.
Mm.
Kurt can fix and do any mortgage anytime,
Well, 30 years
anyhow.
of it, you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
learn.
But the things that he comes up with and the things that he thinks of
You have to problem
are
solve.
priceless.
You have to look at, sometimes things just don't work out for a borrower, and that's why us as a broker, we have 18 different investors. So we can shop it. You don't need to, like a borrower goes to a retail lender, like a bank. That's all they have, their products.
Yeah,
That's
if
it.
you don't fit in one of their buckets,
You know what I
you
mean?
don't get a mortgage.
And if they want to keep searching, going to bank, we, as a broker, we have all that right there. So, some lenders are better at this, some lenders are better at that. So I know when I see their profile, when I pull their credit, I see their financial situation and their goals and needs, I know where to place them.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. For our audience who doesn't know, because for me, I mainly have used like loan officers and went to regular banks. So mortgage brokers, I mean, we learned about that, when I was in class and things like that, but I never actually had a client who used a mortgage broker. So let's talk about that. What is a mortgage broker?
Mortgage broker, first of all, we have to get licensed through the state. We
Okay.
get an NMLS number, and
Mhm.
we have to maintain that license every year. We have to do 8 hours of PA, and we're licensed in Florida too, so we have to do Florida also. We're looking to get into other states as well in the future, but we got to do continuing education every year, and to maintain your status and license.
Well, the reason you want a mortgage broker is because we work personally with every borrower. So we build the relationship. If they need help with their credit, we help them fix it. We help them find the best rate, and we get wholesale rates. Banks have retail rates.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference.
Because you're
And
not a bank, right?
no, we are
Okay,
not
so
a
Not a
bank,
bank.
so yeah.
but
Can you? Yeah.
we can offer so many different
Programs.
programs
Yeah.
to help each individual person.
Okay.
And it makes a big difference.
And again, we're wholesale, so we get wholesale
Yeah.
rates, not the retail rates. We
But
get
the other
better,
thing-
and our service is much better.
Right.
And I'll go a little further.
Yeah.
Like, we're available 24/7.
Right.
Um, weekends, if we're on vacation, we take our laptop
Mhm.
because we know, like, you're an agent.
Mhm.
You have a buyer that wants to put in an offer,
Yeah.
and there's multiple offers. You know you need that, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes banks, those people, they don't work on the weekends.
Mhm.
And what do? You have a chance of losing that house
Yeah.
for your borrower. And we get it to you within an hour. Even if you have a new borrower needs it right away. We initially pull a soft pull, so we don't pull a hard hit. It's not a hard hit on your credit. We see your credit, we see your credit score, and I can basically get it done and get the pre-approval and cost sheet over to you within the hour.
Okay. And I did read about some of you guys' reviews and see some of your other interviews. And one thing you guys always seem to mention is about being available to your clientele, and then also like family. So why is that? Because that's something I have actually when I had my YouTube channel that I still need to, build up a little bit more. But I always would introduce it, hello family, even with my Facebook, hello family. So when that really caught my, attention when you guys said it's like family.
We treat everyone
So where's that come
family.
from? Like what about you
Well,
guys?
I'm from a big family.
Yeah.
I love the family. I love everyone, and I don't know, that's just the way we build our business.
Getting a mortgage is not fun,
Mhm.
period, for anyone. It is very mundane. So we build a relationship with every single person, so we know everything about their life, their family life, their personal life, what's going on today, what's going on tomorrow, where they're going. We just build a very good relationship. So by the end, our clients are inviting us to their baby showers, their housewarming parties. Like, we become a family. We stay in contact.
And we like to educate them too. We
Right.
don't want a borrower going in, like, most of them don't know what the heck's going on.
Right,
right?
of course you
Yeah.
don't.
I educate them. I want them to know exactly what they're getting into,
Right.
right? And I explain it each step of the way, and I tell them no question is a bad question. Ask me.
Right.
I want you to know exactly what you're getting into and what we're doing for you. So we just hold their hand and we take them, make
But
it
when you
as
tell
easy
them
as
the
possible.
expectations of a mortgage, what's going to happen, how many times an underwriter's going to need a million things from you, then they're not surprised when it happens, because it's normal for every mortgage. They want everything but your DNA,
Yeah.
basically. So if you set the expectation, then the frustration's gone, because they know this is what's going to be coming.
Right.
And I do like the fact that you guys, if they're not able to be approved at this point, you guys kind of stay with them and help them out, right?
We don't throw them in the round file. I don't. I
Mhm.
tell them what you need to do to get, approved, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, to get their credit score
To
better.
get them to where they can get a mortgage, to get qualified.
Right.
And it's not hard. I know credit. I know exactly how credit scores work, your credit utilization on, revolving credit cards. You want to keep that 30% or lower, the balance of the credit limit. That's going to maximize your credit score. Obviously, don't go 30 days late on anything. Don't close out credit cards. That hurts you, keep your don't open up too many accounts, but obviously pay them and keep your credit utilization, and your score will go up.
Yeah.
And we do that. We tell them, you're going to have this rate now, and obviously rates right now are high.
Mhm.
They've been high in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And we tell them, okay, you're not going to have this rate for 30 years. It's not going to happen. Trust me. Once the rates come down in a year or two and you do what I tell you to build your credit, we can refinance you into a much lower rate and maybe cut you down from a 30-year to a 20-year and save you tons of money over the life of the loan.
Now, I was reading though, with mortgage brokers though, don't they, when you're, because you guys have about 18 investors, or
Mhm.
don't you guys, isn't the rates lower though when they're going through you guys with these different
Well,
investors?
Because we get wholesale
Yeah.
Yeah, because
pricing
the
They
wholesale.
are.
versus
Okay.
retail, the banks.
Okay.
Yes.
Can
And
you
we
talk
have
a little bit about
wide-
how that it looks
how it looks?
like as far as what's the difference in
And
that
as
whole-
far as rate,
Yeah.
I mean, we can get sometimes, a 1/4% better on a
Mhm.
lot of products.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you probably heard of the first-time home buyer programs, the Home
Mhm.
Ready, Home Possible. Well, you have to be a first-time home buyer. And if you're under that 80% area median income, which is about 80,480, I believe, around here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you can get 3% down. You get a better rate. Your mortgage insurance factor is lower. You know what I mean? But I have a lender that will do that for someone that's not a first-time home buyer, as long as they're under that 80% area median income, and get them the better pricing.
Okay.
And sometimes it's up to a 0.5% better.
Because when they go to that loan officer, they're just getting whatever that bank provides.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
That's what they have.
Yeah.
And we have 18 that I can shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get the best rate for the customer. And I'm rate conscious. I'm all about rates. And she'll tell you. I watch the 10-year Treasury note all day long. And I'm addicted to it, and it stresses me out. Because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know if the rates are going to go up. If,
Well, then it
just
helps
by-
you also educate your borrower too, as
Yes,
far as
absolutely.
when the
Yeah.
Well, how about the investor piece? I know when I was reading up on that, you guys, what's the policy on how much the client knows about the investor, or when they do get accepted by a certain investor, what's that relationship like for them?
Well, they don't have a relationship with the lender.
Okay.
We deal with the lender directly.
Mhm.
They actually will deal with their lender once the loan closes and they have their mortgage.
Okay.
Then they'll just pay their mortgage
That's why
through
we're a
that
broker.
lender.
We're the
So
intermediary.
they don't deal with the lender at all.
Okay.
That's the retail
Okay.
side. So like, Rocket Mortgage has a retail side,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
The borrower deals directly with them.
Mhm.
Now on the wholesale side, which we have Rocket Mortgage,
Mhm.
on the wholesale side, we do everything. It's like we're the lender almost.
Oh, okay.
The borrower deals with us, and we submit all the documentation, we lock it, do everything we need to do and get it to closing. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, can I say something
Yeah.
about the difference between a mortgage broker and a bank?
Yes.
So we save so many deals
Mhm.
that people have gone to banks.
Mhm.
They get to the end of the loan and all of a sudden they can't get the mortgage. It happens all the time.
Mhm.
I don't know why. And I'm not saying banks are bad in any way, shape, or form. But when they come to us with the knowledge that we have,
Mhm.
we can say, well, this is why. They should have done this in the beginning of
Yeah.
the loan, not waited till the end. Or this is what you have to fix. So I just want to say for us, we never, ever, well, one, not get to the table and close. And the only reason that one loan didn't close is all of a sudden at the very end, a lien popped up against the borrower that wasn't on credit, wasn't on title. It just popped up because lenders all do a soft pull the day before.
Oh, okay.
And it came up and no one knew about it. So that was the only one that we never closed. But I'm saying if you come with us, your loan, your loan's closing. When we say you get a pre-approval, you're underwritten.
Okay.
You're getting a mortgage.
And is it because you guys are kind of that middleman and looking out for them as far as?
Experience.
Okay.
Yes.
Experience. And like I told you before, I initially pull a soft pull, right? Now, I know if someone's credit's real high, I'm going to see their credit score, and it won't be an inquiry on their credit report. I know they're going to get approved, just like that, and doing all the numbers with their income, debt to income ratio, all that. Now, if I have a borrower that has a low score, and sometimes you get them, they might be 500 to 580, they might be 610, whatever it is, I'm not going to give you a pre-approval and a cost sheet for your borrower unless I do a hard pull, a tri-merge, and run it through the system. I want to make sure, because I don't want to make you mad, the borrower mad, the title company mad, the listing agent mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to make sure. I don't just, throw it against the wall and hope it sticks. I don't do that.
Okay.
I know how important it is.
Well, that's very reassuring to a borrower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will that sometimes be a issue for some borrowers because it is a hard pull instead of when they look, I can go to this person, they can just give me a
Well-
soft, even though it might be for their, betterment, but I mean, does that sometimes
If they
deter?
go to a bank,
Yeah.
they're going to pull a hard pull.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Right off the bat. But a lot of customers, they know their credit's very strong.
Yeah.
And they don't want any inquiries.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll just do it. Like I said, I pull a soft pull, and we won't do it until you actually execute a sales agreement, and then we'll do the tri-merge. We have to, because that's to send it in and get it locked. We need to do that.
And what's that process look like? Okay, so they got approved. Now you got a lender with them. What's your role with them? Like, how does that process look?
Well, Kurt finds the
Best possible
best
partner.
rate, and then I lock the loan with the lender, and then the borrower gets the loan disclosures that they sign, and then I call the borrower and give them all the steps. Don't buy a new car, don't open any new credit cards, we can't use
Don't quit
cash.
your job.
Don't quit your job. And believe me, we've had people that did all.
Yeah.
This is the process. It's going to go into underwriting, come out. You're going to need a million things. Totally normal. We'll work together. It's going to go back in. It's going to come back out. They're going to need more things. Totally normal. And then when we get to the end, we finalize the numbers, and then I call them and they get their cashier's check from the bank.
So I initially do everything up front, talking to the borrower, getting them pre-approved, sending you the cost sheets. And then obviously, once you get a sales contract signed, get it to me. I call the borrower, we go over all the numbers. I tell them, look, you're going to get loan disclosures from the lender. You're going to get a call from my wife, Michelle. She's going to go over the process a little more in depth, what to do and what not to do during the mortgage process. I send them the document list, tell them everything I need, right? I even try to help them out getting a quote for homeowners insurance. So who are you using for homeowners? I have someone I can get you a quote, get your quote. I try to help in any way I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how it works. It's real simple.
Now, how's your commission with that? How's that go? How do they pay? They're paying two people, or
Well,
how's
No.
that work?
The way brokers normally tend to get 1 to 2.5%, but sometimes you can build it in the rate. You may have a little higher rate to have less cost, out of pocket. It all depends. I can give them different options. If you take this rate, it's going to cost you this. You get this rate, it's going to cost you this.
Okay.
But I'm very fair. I do what's best for the borrower.
He's very, very fair.
Yeah, very fair. She actually,
Sometimes I'm like,
she
"Honey."
gets mad at me sometimes. She's like,
Okay.
I don't get mad. It's just like,
I just don't. I
we can't work
know-
for free.
Yeah.
I know, right. I know we got to make money,
Right.
but I know also that I'm not going to go and hit a home run every time. I don't do that. First of all, I'm very fair because I know if I help that person, they're going to tell the next person, and I'm going to get future business. And that's the way I work for 30 years. I've done it.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I definitely read a lot about you guys as far as you got a lot of reviews on you guys' kind heart, and how you help out and you go the extra mile. Has you been a real estate agent? Because are you still a licensed agent?
No, I am
Okay.
not.
So when you have been that experience you have as a real estate agent, how has that helped with this mortgage
It's helped
brokerage?
because I know how much communication you
Yes.
guys need.
Yeah.
So that's my job, to make sure I'm always communicating at all times to let you know exactly what's going on in the mortgage. So,
Each
yeah, and
step of the way.
yeah, but real estate agents do have a lot of questions because, again,
Yeah.
they're not in the mortgage business.
a
Do
lot
you know
of
what I
them
mean?
don't understand what we go through on the back end. It's pretty.
It's a lot.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But
It really
also,
is.
but like for example, if for FHA, it's very because we love educating real
Uh-huh.
estate agents too. But for example, FHA USDA loans can't have any peeling paint. You have to have GFI plugs by all water sources. You have to have railings on any stairs 3 or above. Like those small things, if real estate agents are educated on that, when they're showing the home to the buyer, they can say, well, you can only get an FHA mortgage. So this house has this, 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 and this. We have to make sure we can get the sellers to fix this before we have an appraisal. So the buyer doesn't have to pay for a reinspection fee.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just little things that we can teach real estate agents about just certain things
Mm-hmm.
that are needed, not needed in a house, in a home, in a mortgage. You know, we love to help
But
them
sometimes
out.
we have no choice but to take them. Government,
Yeah,
FHA, USDA. You heard
Yeah.
of USDA.
Yeah.
I know that
Can
if
you
there's
explain that one a little bit just for people who haven't?
USDA,
Yeah.
USDA is a government loan. It has to be in a eligible area. Okay, so it has to do with the population in townships. So a lot of Washington, Butler, Westmoreland, Beaver, some parts of Allegheny, not much. I've seen some in Oakdale, some in Plumboro. But you have to go through their website, plug in the address, see if it's an eligible property. Now there's income limitations too, whether you're, one person, two. Now they'll take the whole income of that household. So if you're trying to do this loan on just the husband, because the wife, maybe her credit's not good, if she has a job, there's income. So, and even if you're, you have your mother living with you and she gets Social Security, you got to use that.
Yeah.
But USDA is a nice loan, 0 down. You can get up to 6% in seller assist. So literally, you could get in the house with little to nothing.
We
out of
give
your
money
pocket.
back. They get money back buying a house.
And I
if
will
they
tell
get a
you this
USDA.
too: if let's just say the appraisal comes in, $2,000 higher than the sale price, and we're short 2,000, he has to bring 2,000. We can go over and above and get that extra 2,000.
So they bring nothing.
Yeah. And then the FHA is a government program. You need 3.5% down. You can get 6% seller assist. They do also have that 3.5% down you got to bring. That's the minimum required you have to bring to the table. We have a DPA. I don't know if you heard of that. It's a down payment assistance. So they can either get it through a grant, that 3.5%, or a second loan. And what they do, if your starting rate's say 7% on the first, the second mortgage would be 2% over that, over 10 to 15 years. But a lot of times they can get in with nothing out of their pocket.
It sounds like too, working with you both, and I don't know if that's pretty universal with mortgage brokers, but it sounds like you guys educate on every particular loan. Because I know sometimes I'll have clients where I'm assuming a lot of the times that the lender is educating them on knowing all their kind of history and knowing that, okay, this loan will be best for them. But it sounds like you guys.
That's correct. Yeah. I mean, I look at their profile.
Yeah.
And obviously I want to hear what their goals and needs are.
Yeah.
So I know where to put them. Obviously, you want to go conventional if you can.
Yeah.
You're going to choose a conventional buyer over an FHA
Right.
buyer 9 times out of 10,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because of the appraisal.
Yeah.
But and if they can't get in, I mean, you need a minimum of 620 score to get into a conventional loan. But a lot of times, even if you have a 620 and you're putting 5% down,
Yeah.
your mortgage insurance is going to be through the roof because they rate your interest rates off of credit scores and your mortgage insurance. So for that particular client, FHA is probably the way to go. You know what I mean? Because the factor for the mortgage insurance on an FHA loan is the same whether you have an 800 or a 620 score.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I try to teach them what to do to get their credit score up to when the rates come down and I refinance you, we get you into a conventional loan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you finding that a lot of people do need that education as far as with? Okay, yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No
Absolutely.
one knows
But I
what
mean,
they're doing.
yeah, yeah.
It's a mortgage is a beast. It's something different. People don't know. We like
It's
to educate
very
them.
difficult today. Not difficult once you're approved. I'm just saying the documents, the items,
process,
the
yes.
letters. It's just a lot. And it's just the mortgage world today, and there's no way around it because we have a lot of clients who maybe purchased a home 25 years ago, and it took them.
I never had to do that. Yeah, but
I never
things
had
change.
to.
Things change.
What? And I'm like, I'm so
I
sorry.
mean,
Like,
look at the
this is just
crash.
the way it
Yeah.
is today. But we're gonna get through it.
But see, Michelle, you was it's such a blessing for you because you actually got to go in and see how that behind the scenes because you were an agent,
Right.
and now you're a mortgage broker, so now you got to actually see what that is back there.
That's
Right.
right.
Is that there's a lot? Can an agent have a double license
Yes.
with that? Okay.
You
As long as you
Okay.
disclose it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You think that should be like that's really a good benefit?
it would be great
Yeah.
benefit, but we work already 10 to 12 hours a day, and we have 7 kids and 6 grandkids, and we babysit a lot, and we have a lot of stuff with our family.
She don't have time to do that.
We don't. I don't have extra time
Yeah.
to be an agent.
Right.
I wish I did, but
Right.
right at this point in my life, I don't.
Yeah. But how? But if you were that knowledge and everything, that you would
Yeah,
have that back knowledge.
absolutely.
That helps.
Yeah.
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 Through the process now.
And how has that helped you as far as having that agent?
Very
piece?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
yeah,
good. Yeah, that helps. And with her accounting experience,
Yeah. That too. Yes.
she's in her IT experience.
Oh, okay.
She's I know what to do for the business, but we have to go a little further. I call Miss IT over here. She knows what she's doing.
No,
That's what
we're
she's
very
doing.
good together.
Yeah.
What I'm not strong at, he is. What he's not
Yeah,
strong
we
at,
help each
I
other
am.
out and make the
Yeah.
process easy.
Yeah. And that was so nice that you guys both have that same interest and was able to have a team and do this together.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So another question I had too is how about why a mortgage broker? Why would you recommend someone to use a mortgage broker?
Because of the multiple different products they have, the rates are lower.
Mhm.
We do all the legwork. You don't have to shop for a mortgage because you're coming to me. I'm the broker. I have 20 different options for you. I'm going to get you the best one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, we get the better rates.
Mhm.
But
And the
it's-
process is a lot easier too. I will tell you, we know what we're doing. You deal with banks sometimes, and I'm not downing,
Yeah.
banks, but their process,
There's
like I
other
said,
options. Yeah.
it's a little harder sometimes, and they don't have access to their people on the weekends
Mhm.
at
But-
night.
But also,
I take calls at 10
yeah.
o'clock at night. They need me.
right.
I'm right there.
Yeah, but-
Weekends, whatever.
We get personal service.
Personal.
So
yeah.
when you go through a bank, you're dealing with who knows how many people, different people. This one doesn't know what's going on.
And
this
they're not
one-
available all the time.
And they're not available. They're in a meeting. We're always available. It makes the process so much different.
Mhm.
Some people say, like, I know that's what I like too, as far as an age. I like to always be available, and because I appreciate when I have that for me. But some people look at that as a downside too. Like, you got to have that boundary. So why do you guys think that it's more important to be, to be available as often as you are rather than having that boundary?
Well, it makes the customer feel a lot better knowing that if they need to ask a question,
Yeah.
I'm available. They like that communication,
Mhm.
Well,
availability.
for multiple offers, which almost every single deal is. But we used to have boundaries where we actually closed, like at 7 o'clock or whatever. Fine.
Yeah.
But with the multiple offers, and this doesn't happen every single day and every single weekend.
Yeah.
But when it does happen and they really love that home,
We have
if
to be
we don't
available.
help them, they lose the house.
Mhm. Yeah.
So we can't.
No, we don't want that.
I
That-
can't morally
live with
not
that.
do that. So, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. It's just that's just how we are.
And also, too, maybe it's me. I don't know if it's just me, but do you find a lot of people are aware of mortgage brokers and they use them, or
I don't think so. A lot of
Yeah.
people think, I'm buying a house. I'm going to my bank.
Well, I
Yeah.
would if I wasn't a mortgage
A lot.
broker. I would.
Your bank,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
That's what most people do. They don't
Yeah.
know that there's wholesale lenders out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Well-
probably heard it in different mortgage companies advertising, but they're not aware of that.
Well,
they
that's
think
the job of
bank
the
is where to
agent.
go.
That's the
Yeah.
job of
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
to educate them, saying, here's give them a call, get a quote from
Even
them.
if they tell
Get
you
a
they're
quote
going
from
through their
them.
bank, you
Yeah.
should say, hey, you
Get a
should get a second opinion
Yeah,
with a
always.
mortgage broker.
Yeah.
And just, it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
See if you can get something better,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's how with Michelle, and I know I keep on with your agent. So what would, now that you have had some insight on a mortgage broker,
Mhm.
what would you tell another agent or another client now, knowing what you know now about why choosing a mortgage broker? Why to choose a mortgage broker?
Why to choose a mortgage broker? Because again, you get better rates.
Mm-hmm.
We work. So when you work, let's just say, Leah, you chose to work with Three Rivers Lending.
Right.
Most of our business is referral from clients.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to give those deals to real estate agents. So when our real estate agents send us business, we're always referring deals out as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we help grow our real estate agents too.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't just, whatever real estate agents bring in or whatever referrals we get, we give them right back out to our agents.
Yeah,
So that's really nice.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
But as far as boundaries, I know what you're saying, because when I was a real estate agent, I had boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to have dinner with my family at
Right.
a certain time.
Mhm.
Like I had to shut it off. But people can wait to see a house or make an appointment
Yeah.
to look at a house. They can wait a couple hours.
Right. Right.
And our business, it's an urgent thing because they need the pre-approval because they're putting in the bid.
Right.
Now, if somebody
Gotcha.
calls us at 9:00 at night because they want to get approved, what we'll say is go online, apply now, and we'll call you in the morning if they're just starting out.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That's not an urgent situation.
But I've taken so many calls, and I'll take the
Yeah.
application over the phone
He
at
will.
9, 10 o'clock.
He
It
will.
doesn't matter.
If we're not busy, if we're not doing anything, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my penguins aren't on. No.
Yeah, I did hear that you like.
No.
And now, what is one thing that you want the viewers to remember and take away from this interview?
We're all about you. We're all
Family.
about your family, and you can't get any better service anywhere else.
And knowing
We just really care.
we care about our clients, and we just
We
want the
care.
process to be smooth and easy for them,
Mhm.
give them the best possible deal, become friends with them, and even help them down the road and their family members and their friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we're all about. We just love helping people.
People.
But we love helping agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have so many agents, even if they don't work with us,
Mhm.
that call questions. I have this house. What do you think? Do I need to do this? Or what about my client? Do you think this is the credit they have? What do you think about? And we always help.
Yeah.
We always try to educate everyone that we can because, again, it's always tricky. Ins and outs of mortgages. There's just so much to learn, and there's always new things every single day.
Yeah. Well, that's nice as you help, answer other agents'
Yeah,
questions and stuff like that.
absolutely.
Availability. Yeah.
We want everybody to be successful. But then again, the more that we help you, maybe someday you'll think about, asking your clients to give us a call too.
Yeah.
Right?
Give us a shot.
Yeah.
That's all we can
But
ask.
it's not something that we pressure on anyone.
Yeah.
Once you build a relationship with someone and then they use us one time, those agents never leave.
No,
They stay.
Why do you think that is?
because of our service
yeah.
and what I do for customers and what Michelle does. We're all about the customer. That's not our pockets. We're worried about.
Yeah.
We want the customer to feel. We want them to be very, very happy, getting the best possible deal, best rate, best process, everything. And the ultimate goal is we get them cleared to close, and we go to closing, and they get the keys, and we take a picture with them, and we're happy.
And I
we
heard
see
that
that
you
smile
guys
on
go
their
to every
face.
closing.
We try.
Yeah, you try.
We
to
go
go
to. We try to go to
We
every
try.
one.
Yeah. But it's funny, Leah, when a new agent uses us and they want communication throughout the whole process. And of course, I give it to them. And then we get to the end, we close, we meet, go to closing and everything. And then the next deal that they send, they don't even want any communication. They're like, we know this is closing. We don't even care. Just let us know when the appraisals are. We don't care about
Yeah.
anything else. But that's
Yeah,
such
yeah.
a nice feeling.
Yeah, they trust
Do you know what I
you,
mean?
yeah.
They know once they send the sales agreement, they're coming to the closing table on the closing day.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
pretty
Oh,
nice
that is good.
feeling.
Yeah, that is nice.
And a lot of
Yes.
times sooner. We
Yeah.
don't wait. We don't try. We try to get them clear to close right away.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
maybe they want to close sooner, and
Yeah.
we're ready. You know what I mean?
And is
But
it just you two
right
working
now,
on?
well, we have a
Okay.
loan officer. We have
Yeah.
2 loan officers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
But we used to have tons of employees. Um,
It's tough right now.
it's just tough um, finding someone who loves and cares as much as you do.
I know.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? I will never close a loan late, ever,
Mhm.
unless it's not has to do with an appraisal, reinspection, whatever.
Yeah.
That's not on me. Like I can't help that. You know what I mean? But
On our end, yeah.
I always try to get a clear to close at least a week early, just in case they want to close early.
Mhm.
So when you send us a deal, it's not closing late,
Mhm.
ever. I can't. That's not how we run our business.
And just real quick though, since you guys are so, I mean, you guys kind of have share the same heart that I do. I mean, that's one thing because you guys, that's what I talk about too. It's always about, the clients. I just have that heart. My background's casework, so that's kind of what I
Oh
have.
yeah.
But real quick, if you can touch on why, what about this business or what about your journey that inspires you to be who you are? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do you have that heart for people? Where does that come from?
From my family growing
Okay.
up, my mom raised 5 kids.
Mhm.
So I'm from a family, a very loving family, and I know it's the way I live life.
Mhm.
I like to be fair and I love everyone.
Yeah, but there's no
We-
better journey than buying a home. Like that's the biggest purchase of your life.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
But as far as treating our customers the way we do,
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just
from
yeah.
growing up in a loving family and just brought up and taught the right values
Mhm.
and
Of
just
course.
making that customer happy
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, because I think we don't touch on that a lot, touch on like what and of course we got to know our stuff and do our thing, but I think also appreciate people who actually care. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
And we
that's
do
hard to
care.
find.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see it, it's like, yes,
Yeah.
that's nice.
But
That's real.
also people have a lot going on in the background.
Yeah,
Everybody does.
yeah, everybody does.
Everyone
Yeah,
has their
And you
issues.
don't know until you actually get to understand them.
yeah,
And it really helps if they open up a little bit and say,
Yeah.
this is
And we
happening over
listen.
here and this is
Yeah.
and it's much easier to work with them because, maybe they're having a bad day today.
hmm
And I text them, "How are you today?" And they'll say, "Not a good day." I'm like, "Perfect. I will call you tomorrow." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people just are on journeys, everyone. So you have to learn their journey and understand it and be understanding.
Right. Right. Now, since it is my podcast is seeking wisdom through real estate, that's the journey, so we can be wiser when it comes to real estate. So, what is a piece of wisdom that you would like to share to the viewers today?
It's never a bad time to buy a home.
Yes.
It's
they-
better to buy a home than rent.
Yes.
Mm,
Never
You're
a bad
throwing your
time.
money out the window. Don't invest in someone else. Invest in yourself.
That's right.
yes.
Another good word of wisdom is parents can give gifts, 3.5% if they have it,
Mhm.
What do you mean?
or
3?
relatives to put down on a home to help their children get into a home.
Yes.
Do you know? Like that's a big help
Yes.
for someone to get into a home. But having a home is the best investment, always.
Yes. And I like that piece of wisdom that you gave as far as it's never a bad time to purchase.
That's right.
And I think when we hear on TV or we're seeing things that we see, a lot of times when I get people to ask me, like, is it a good time? I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready, this and that. And I think it's just when it's your time, it's your time. You know what I mean?
Well, with the rates
Yeah.
today, I mean, historically, they're still good.
Yeah.
We went through that stretch early in COVID, 2 or 3%,
hmm
and now they're hitting 6.25,
Yeah.
whatever. They're still historically not bad, but
Right.
it's better than renting and
Yeah.
throwing your money away out the window,
Mhm.
But
right?
when the rates come down, we always refinance them
Right.
into a way lower rate. So maybe you'll have that rate for a couple years, but it's always a great time to buy a house.
And are you guys someone that if they are renting now and they're in the future they want to make a plan, is that someone they can call?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
not-
We love renters.
Yeah.
We love
Okay.
to educate
them
them
ready
because we,
for it.
like we
Yeah.
say, all our kids, we want them, they own homes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't rent if you don't have to.
Right.
If you can get into a home, get into a home.
Okay.
But yeah, and sometimes like they call us and they're just not able, they're not qualified right now, and I teach them
Right.
how to do that to get to that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, did you have anything else you wanted to mention today?
No, we love what we do. We love our clients. We love our agents. And we'll probably be doing this until we're 80.
If we make it, if I make it that long.
Well, it seems like in this field, people do that. Like they don't retire; they kind of just stay
I
in it.
just love what we do.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding.
And we want
Yeah.
anyone out there, give us a call.
Yeah.
I won't. I'll give you great advice, and you won't be sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where can they contact you guys at? What's the best way to contact you, and where can they find you at?
Well, they can go on our website, and I recommend all these people out there to look at our website, www. And it's all spelled out, 3riverslending.com. And then you can hit apply now on there, but also Google our reviews so you know what we're all about.
Mhm.
But if they want to apply online, just hit apply now at the top,
Mhm.
enter their info. I get it from my wife. She emails it over to me, and I contact them right away.
How does that look too, real quick on, I've seen that they get a free consult. How does that look? What does that entail? Did I read that right? On your website? Like
Yeah.
they can call for,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How does that look what does that involve when they call?
What, just a consultation
Yeah, how
about
does- yeah.
getting pre-approved and all that?
Yeah, how does that look?
Well, I listen to them and
Okay.
you know what their goals are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I take that application and I know what their goals and needs are, and I just love doing it. I love to help people get to a
Okay.
point where, and I like to give them advice and push them into the right direction with my expertise and what I do.
Okay.
And it makes them feel good, and they understand what they're doing, and they're happy with my services. Yeah.
Well, the fun thing on our website too is it's locked into all the current mortgage rates,
Mhm.
and they fluctuate all day long, mortgage rates. But we have this fun little calculator on there where you can put in all your numbers,
Mhm.
and it tells you what your mortgage payment would be, what your interest rate
Okay, I
would
did
be.
see that,
So
yeah.
that's a really fun thing that people can play with on the website
Uh-huh.
too. And then maybe they see something that they really like, so call us.
Yeah.
We'll talk you through it.
And it doesn't mean that they have to commit. I think some
Yeah,
people get nervous,
100%,
like,
no.
oh my goodness, I
No,
gotta
I'm willing
commit.
to
Yeah.
talk. Hey,
No.
Yeah,
if
you
you're
don't got-
you're having someone, get a second opinion from me. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I can help you and do better, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I can't, I can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that I will most of the time.
That's true. That's true.
Well, that's good. Well, okay, so we found out how we can reach you both, and so if that's it, I think we're good.
Yeah.
All
That was
right.
really
And they
great.
can reach us anytime, 24/7,
Yeah.
nights, weekends. Even we travel, and we're working there too. Believe me. We like Cabo, and we're working we wake up till 12 noon.
Okay.
And if I'm not at the pole, and I get a text or my agent calls me, hey, so and so needs a pre-approval cost sheet right now. On my way up to my room
Okay.
to get it done for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because it's important. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. But it's hard to find those. It's hard to find people who pick up and will do stuff.
Mhm.
You know. So I have enjoyed my time with you guys, with you both, and I hope you all have enjoyed your time with us. Please like and subscribe to my channel and put in the comments some other topics or of interest or people that you would like to see me interview. And we'll be here every week, and we'll be seeking more wisdom through real estate. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.